Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something you sent over. Stepprs Insoles. And the sources, well, they paint a really complex picture, kind of contradictory, actually.
Yeah, definitely a lot of mixed signals.
So our mission here is to, cut through some of that ambiguity, find the real value, if any, versus the online noise, especially around their big claims about comfort, innovation, and helping people who are on their feet all day.
And that ambiguity is key, isn't it? Because you've got these clashing signals, everything from technical scores to what actual users are saying. It really forces you to think critically, especially with health-related products you find online.
Okay, so let's unpack this first big thing we found, this sort of trust paradox. The website itself, visually, it's pretty slick.
Looks professional.
Totally. Big promises, 90-day money-back guarantee, claiming they're a leader in foot care, targeting workers who stand a lot. That's one signal.
What's fascinating is when you run like a technical check, one scanner tool actually gave Stepprs a high trust score.
Hi, really? Why?
Well, partly because the domain's been around for about 1.7 years. So not brand new, and they take major payment methods like Apple Pay, PayPal things with buyer protection.
Okay, but here's where it gets weird. Another checker we used flagged the same site with a really low trust score, like rock bottom.
And the reasons for that score.
Owner anonymity, basically, hiding who actually owns the company, makes it hard to chase accountability, right? And just a general lack of transparency about the business itself.
Exactly. So the low score flags potential risk, secrecy. The high score might just be checking basic security things, like an SSL certificate. It looks safe on the surface.
But underneath, it's a bit murky.
Precisely. Professionally secure looking, but structurally opaque.
So, okay, the technical trust signals are confusing. What about how they build trust emotionally? Through marketing, we saw some pretty standard but intense urgency tactics.
Oh yeah. Big banner right across the top. Save up to 60%. Biggest sale ever.
Tied to Halloween in the sources we had.
Right. Classic fear of missing out. FOMO marketing.
But then you click through, look at the actual products. That urgency kind of evaporates, doesn't it?
It does. The collection page just showed the three main insoles. Massage, height, cashmere, all at a flat 35% off.
Yeah, like the massage ones were about $27, down from maybe $42. It feels less like a genuine limited time sale.
And more like standard startup pricing. Always a sale on.
Exactly. It's trying to trigger that impulse, maybe bypass the kind of research that, you're doing right now by listening.
Okay, so shifting gears a bit, what does all this marketing and mixed trust stuff mean for how the insoles actually perform, especially if someone has real foot pain?
Well, expert reviewers, podiatrists, orthotic specialists, they consistently say that genuine relief for biomechanical problems, think plantar fasciitis, chronic fatigue from standing it, really needs proper fitting.
Customization, basically.
Right, and durable structure, verified testing, things you don't usually get off the shelf.
Which brings up the big question. What can you realistically expect from a budget insole like this? Biomechanics is complex. Managing forces, pressure points. A generic shape can't really do that effectively.
And the materials seem basic.
Yeah, the sources point mainly to EVA foam, which kind of explains the user feedback. We saw lots of comments about them flattening out really quickly.
So they compress easily.
Right, like a cheap mattress topper, feels good for a night or two,
It
but
just squishes down, so maybe some initial cushioning?
maybe. But weak arch support seems to be another common complaint. They just don't provide that sustained structure needed for serious correction.
And that leads us to the bottom line, the reality check. If you're just looking for a bit of temporary cushioning,
Because you're on hard floors all day, maybe?
yeah, then Steps might give you some temporary relief. Could be okay value for that specific limited need.
But if you're hoping for like a significant change in foot health or something to replace proper orthotics,
Doesn't look like it. They don't seem built for those heavy-duty biomechanical demands. And then there were those reports about refunds being difficult.
which compounds the issue if they don't perform as hoped.
So this whole deep dive really highlights how important it is for buyers, for you to be ready, manage expectations when looking at these kinds of consumer health things online.
Absolutely. It's about spotting that potential trap, the difference between a product offering some relief versus one that might just be, well, overselling the hope.
Over-delivering on hope, under-delivering on reality.
Couldn't put it better myself.
Okay, final thought for you to chew on then. If a product like this, promising real comfort or pain relief, isn't an outright scam, but it's also clearly not some breakthrough tech, How much of its actual value, its perceived success, is maybe just driven by how desperately the person wants it to work? How much is just hope?